Hey guys, are you relatively new to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, aka the MCU?
Hi, I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have. Patience.
Even if you're not, it's hard to keep up with the studio's 34 films and 24 shows. If you count early Marvel television across ABC, Hulu, and Netflix, which is stated to be canon after the announcement of Daredevil Born Again releasing in 2025.
I've been watching them all night, and then you guys show up.
So it's damn near impossible to catch up at this point, you say? Not necessarily. The first 23 films across phases 1 through 3 are referred to as the Infinity Saga. Is it pertinent to know about Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, Bruce Banner, etc. from the OG Avengers? Probably.
Dr. Banner, now might be a really good time for you to get angry.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry.
But it isn't completely necessary to watch one of the newest films with a newer character, for instance. If you're a completist and borderline masochist like me, then you need to watch everything that came before. But then again, I have too much time on my hands, probably why I'm in charge of a recap YouTube channel. But don't worry your pretty little head off. I'm here to show you what to watch and or recap what you should watch to prep you for any given upcoming Marvel movie. Obviously spoilers for most MCU films from phases 1 to 3, so be warned. Let's start with Captain America Brave New World, scheduled to premiere in the US on February 14th, 2025.
Work with me, Sam. We'll show the world a better way forward.
This movie is a bad example to start with, but here goes. Should you watch Captain America the First Avenger, The Avengers, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Avengers Age of Ultron, Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame before seeing this? You could. You could also skip them if you're pressed for time and just watch recaps.
Sometimes patience is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing.
But the most essential viewing prior to this film most definitely needs to be The Winter Soldier, which is kind of Falcon's origin story, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, and the Disney Plus show The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Who are you fighting now, Gandalf?
How do you know about Gandalf?
I read The Hobbit in 1937 when it first came out.
This being the fourth entry of Captain America, it is likely most of the themes of the previous films will follow, as well as the political espionage war thriller with an affinity for militant hand-to-hand combat. So watching Captain America films are a must.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out? You're up.
And Infinity War and Endgame as well, to know what happens following the passing of Steve Rogers' mantle, aka his shield, to Sam Wilson. If you absolutely need to just watch one thing, I would watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's pretty much the Sam Wilson Bucky Barnes show. Which likely will carry on into Brave New World. Which brings us to the second MCU film of 2025, Fantastic Four: First Steps.
Vanessa inspires me, nobody works harder, and you are my leader.
Terrible title, I know. My friend and colleague Steven said it should have been called The First Family, since they are technically Marvel's first family, but whatever. That aside, you're probably asking, should I revisit those terribly reviewed and rated Fox Fantastic Four movies starring Jessica Alba, Chris Evans, and that one guy from The Shield?
Let's not fight.
No, let's.
Unpopular opinion coming up from yours truly here. I think you should. I even think you should watch the even worse reviewed Josh Trank Fantastic Four, starring Miles Teller and Michael B. Jordan.
How long until he's in?
2 minutes. Might be a little less.
Here's my reasoning. We've seen in this multiverse saga, particularly Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and even Deadpool and Wolverine, that characters from past Marvel movies from different studios have shown up in cameos. Does that mean you need to watch all of the Blade movies and Ben Affleck's Daredevil and Jennifer Garner's Elektra to get the joke in Deadpool and Wolverine? No, but it helps.
Yes, you do.
The way you move, it's almost dirty.
What about a little Thanos glove and do a little bit of Thanos? Snap.
It also helps if you're over 30 years old and lived through all of those iterations, so you're in on the joke as it rewards decades of Marvel superhero movie making. However, if you absolutely don't have the time for it, I would say skip it. Watch the trailers to get a sense of those versions of the Fantastic Four, and so we can compare and contrast that version of Doctor Doom with Robert Downey Jr.'s coming up in 2026. Which brings us to the third MCU film of 2025, Thunderbolts. Okay, so this is a better example of one-offs and spin-offs where no prior viewing is necessary. Other examples include Guardians of the Galaxy or The Eternals. Thunderbolts is an exception, however, as it features characters from past MCU films, but not that many, so you're in luck if you're pressed for time. First, Bucky Barnes is here, so again, optional Captain America Films viewing if you want to know his origin story, but just watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier if you must watch just one. That should also cover the character of John Walker, aka US Agent, who was featured in a villainous role in the series. Watching Black Widow should cover a few characters as well, mainly Yelena Belova, Alexei Shostakov, aka Red Guardian, and Antonia Dreykov, aka Taskmaster. Watching Ant-Man and the Wasp should cover the character of Ava Starr, aka Ghost, and finally, the Incredible Hulk, Civil War, and Brave New World should cover the character of General Ross. So that's really only a few films and a TV series. Not too bad, right? Yes, I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of viewing homework to watch a freaking movie. That's the life of an uber Marvel fan, or Marvelite, or Marvelian as they like to call us. You know how many issues of comics that spun off into another series or character there have been in the history of Marvel? I don't know the actual stats, but Marvel Studios is doing just that for the MCU and their movies and shows. It turns you into an insatiable zombie, doesn't it? What's even more genius is that they're not only making you watch past Marvel Studios movies, but Marvel movies from past studios. I didn't think I'd ever need to revisit The Amazing Spider-Man 2, for instance. Then No Way Home came into my life and then boom, disrupted my entire world. That's the beauty. You can or cannot watch. It's up to you. You don't have to, but if you want to, it's there. Would I watch 30 plus films before Avengers Doomsday? Probably not. I would, however, watch all of the Phase 4 and forward films and shows that deal with the multiverse to better inform myself and make the experience more complete. But I leave it to you, dear viewer, and that concludes this video. What do you guys think? What movies and shows will you watch? Drop a comment below and let us know if we should recap any of the movies we listed here to better prepare you for the next slate of MCU films. Alright, see you later guys. Enjoy, and stay tuned for our WandaVision recap.
And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?